No, it's a cursed warrior shirt, Tom.
Oh, so when I just wear a Chiefs jersey on air, like it's totally fine, during an episode of GPS?
Yeah. But I put a poll. Which cursed shirt should I wear today? I thought for sure people would want me to have the purple carnation of Satan for you.
Carnation, but yep.
Yeah, little flower. But no, they didn't want this one, Tom.
Oh?
They didn't vote for this one. It's all about the new popes, Tom. People want to see the pain and the misery that the great people of Chicago are going through. And I am excited to talk to you today about the Vikings and Bears and that odd, fun game.
Someone referred to it as the Temu Sunday Night Football comeback, and I was like,
yes.
I wanted to highlight this comment for your ego this morning. Oh, baby. We here.
Thank you. I put a lot of work and time into
the next line. It's not. It's the intro.
If I stopped drinking, I would have a six-pack, and probably a lot of other health issues would go away.
Probably.
We steer.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show.
I was going to forget.
I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GP. Yes.
Hey, guys. Hey, Tom. I'm happy to be here today. Tom, I don't know about you, but is Wednesday the first day you feel like you can take a breath?
So it's so funny you say that because it happened a little bit last night.
Yes.
Because you eat Sundays and Mondays. There is no breathing room. And I didn't get a chance to get every fans done like a lazy piece of garbage that I was on Monday, just scripted and streaming. So then I was like, all right, I got to wake up, do every fans. Then I got to record power rankings. And then the Christian Watson news broke. So it was about 7:45 last night where I was like, oh, I think I'm done working now. Yeah. And so, that's going to continue today. But, I got to do predictions still.
Yeah, it was I
wasn't ready. I knew I wasn't ready, but I was not ready.
My taint got blasted by a steel toe boot from Sunday to Tuesday. But I had Connor helping me. I had Johnny helping me. Will helps right. But geez, it's just like, you condition, you try to stay in condition during the off season. But that game, Tom, it just is not the same as conditioning. You got to get in there and play ball.
I love how you and I are like, yeah, we got to stay in like season shape, really got to work out, make sure. And we're talking about football.
It's staring at your computer. It's digesting an insane amount of information. And that's always what it is. That's the slap in the face is the information overload.
Yeah.
You go through these dry months where almost nothing's happening for the NFL. You get one nugget a week.
Yep.
And then Sunday happens, and I was texting Barks about this last night, and it was our recap was 31 minutes. He's like, I shouldn't have put so many notes in there. I'm like, no, it's just everything seems so exciting because we haven't had like legit football for a while. And you're like, oh, that incompletion in the morning window. Got to put that in the script. No, you don't. You don't.
I mean, we were 3 weeks ago talking about the depth chart of the Cleveland Browns and be like, oh, Shadur say it. No one cares anymore. Now it's actual football. And the fact on top of that it was a pretty damn exciting week one. Like there was a lot of stuff that happened, especially in those primetime games. So it's like, all right, there's a lot to talk about. And Andrew, it's not, why would you want to give me a new Cowboys jersey? I love my Michael Parsons jersey.
Michael Parsons, you mean?
Sorry, Michael Parsons. Yes. It's a medium, by the way.
I get a youth small for jerseys, and then they fit correctly.
That's not true.
Dude, we were dropping Carm off at school today, and I saw a kid wearing this like very cool like Bears jacket. I was like, oh man, poor kid. Like, poor kid rocking a Bears jacket today.
I mean, honestly, I would call CPS on those parents, because
then I saw a kid in a Browns jersey. I was like, oh, poor kid.
Oh God,
poor kid.
There's a very famous picture, historically, that I was shown in college, and it like really resonated with me. And every time I get to teach about this, I always do. So there's a very famous picture from like, oh God, like not long enough ago. It was like 40, 50 years. And there's a black police officer, and then there's a little kid in like freaking KKK robes and has like a hand amongst the shield. And it's like, oh man, like they're taught racism. It's a whole thing. That's basically like forcing your kid to be a Cleveland Browns fan or a Chicago Bears fan at this point, because you know what you're doing now. If you have a newborn child and you're like, I'm going to put them in the Chicago Bears fan base, it's basically child abuse, because every single year it's different now. Now you have the Pope on your side. Now you got God on your side, and Monday night still happens. I'm just saying.
You had to deal with the king of face paint. You had to deal with the king of face paint. All right. We're going to go through this Bears and Vikings game. Then we got a lot to touch on today before we get to a little preview of Packers Commanders. A few guys were released. Jalen Carter's going to play. He was fined. I got some stuff about the new coaches this week, about the Broncos' new stadium. So that's where we're going to go. Okay, that's where we're going to go. But first, man, that Monday Night Football game.
Let's talk about that.
I was watching, and Caleb Williams, Bears offense, first quarter looked great. Caleb was efficient. He starts 10-10 passing. You're like, look, I'm worried in my head at that point where I'm like, the last few months, all I've said is, I love Ben Johnson. I think it's going to work. I just think it's going to take some time. I think Caleb's got to learn a whole new thing. He's got to forget everything the last coaching staff tried to teach him. And then they come out and like, fuck, maybe Ben Johnson and Caleb, they're going to be clicking right away.
Figured it out.
Luckily, after one good quarter, 1.5 good quarters, the Bears offense starts to slow down. Caleb starts just missing passes. Doesn't look great. It's a tough defense. Okay. Brian Flores, tough defense. JJ McCarthy, 3 quarters looked like dog shit.
Awful.
And it wasn't that it wasn't so much that he just looked bad. It looked like Kevin O'Connell didn't trust him.
Sure.
He was 1-2 passing through a good chunk. They gave him two options to pass, but the Bears defense looked relentless. I was like, Dennis Allen's got these guys ready to go. Even Peyton Manning was like, this defense is confusing me. I thought this was zone, turns out to be man, or vice versa. He's like, I feel bad for JJ McCarthy. Like, that's a tough thing to digest. And if Manning's saying that, okay.
So sorry, Nick.
And then the fourth quarter happened, and JJ just flipped a switch.
There's still time.
He started dicing up the Bears. We got reports of him in the huddle in the third quarter, looking at all the guys saying, where would you guys rather be than here right now?
All that Harbaugh magic.
Dude, he is a Harbaugh clone.
1,000,000,000%.
He's like, when I put on the face paint, I turn into a warrior. This is warrior paint. A whole bunch of shit. If he doesn't win, we're trolling him relentlessly today. But he went in there. He got a win.
Dude, fourth quarter, JJ McCarthy looked like a different quarterback.
Yeah, it was a boring game for a big chunk, but it was exciting at the end. And now, okay, as a Packers fan, which quarterback do you think this season finishes statistically better? Because I know Caleb looked bad. There's some things there I'm very concerned about. Sure. But if it's going to click, it's going to click with Ben Johnson, because within all that bad stuff, you still get a play or two where Caleb does something crazy. He escapes some pressure. Like that throw to Dunze on the side. Like, he has some nice moments, but he's got more moments that send off alarm bells in my head. Who are you more worried about? I guess I would say.
It's a great question. And sport listen, it's week 1. We can't crown any champs, right? And even when we're talking about panicking, it's like, these are the teams that we're concerned about going forward, right? Because it is just week 1. The team could look completely different next week.
It's a hard week
maybe
to gauge.
sport. It does feel like it. But for me, I think I'm worried overall more about the Vikings because of the rest of their roster. And I believe in KOC more than I believe in Ben Johnson, just as a head coach, just because KOC is a proven head coach. And I think especially when you have guys like Jordan Addison come back, right, it's going to give more opportunities for JJ. So I think JJ might have a cleaner season, but I wouldn't be surprised if Caleb has like more yards. I would, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like I feel like it might be like less interceptions maybe for JJ, or maybe he's just a little bit more efficient, because it's exactly what you said. You know, when it comes to when you were watching JJ McCarthy, it looked like it was his first NFL start. Like that's what it looked like. Of like, okay, yeah, the things are going very, very fast for him. They're not trusting him a whole lot. They were running on some third downs and long. They were just kind of giving up on the play. Even when there was 11 seconds left in the half, right? And instead of like trying to get a little bit closer for their field goal unit, they were like, you know what? Let's just kick it now. And we can't risk it because they have to do a quick play to the sideline. And, you know, it's more of a veteran move. So they made it thankfully for the Vikings. But I feel it's what you said. There are things that Caleb can do, especially maneuvering around the pocket, that are it's so impressive, right? If he doesn't take a sack, it's pretty impressive. But the missed throws that he does have when guys are open, that's where I think some of the concern comes in, because previously, and I'm saying this as a Packers fan, I'm giving Caleb Williams a lot of leeway because he plays for the Chicago Bears. And I mean that, like, even these articles that are coming out, and you could look at it, and I know people have already made up their mind of, there's people who hated Caleb Williams before he came into the league, whether it's because he painted his nails, whether because he was the first overall pick, because he was so hyped, whatever. I do not care. But the point is that you could blame a lot of the old regime for why Caleb had the year that he did last year, right? You look at Eberflus, not a great head coach. You look at that front office and you're like, okay, look at the team that was constructed around him. And you're like, all right, you could give some leeway. Now heading into this year, considering the Bears did everything that you could possibly want as a Bears fan, you got the hottest head coach free agent in Ben Johnson, right? You bring in a brand new defensive coordinator. You got all of these weapons. You draft a first round tight end, whole 9 yards. So now the spotlight is on Caleb Williams, because now it's like, all right, we have this roster for you. We were supposed to improve your O-line too. Now you have to go out and make those plays. And considering, and you're going up against tough defense with the Vikings, but considering some of those plays were not made by Caleb, that's where, if you're a Bears fan, you have some concern. I feel like that was a rant, but no, I feel like it's nuanced with Caleb, because it is week 1. Like, I don't think the Bears should be panicking, but to blow that lead is tough. And that's not just on Caleb, but that's tough.
I think, like, when you're sailing passes,
virtually streaming,
the way Caleb is, that's usually like it's going to be like a mechanics thing, like your footwork. I think for Caleb, it's footwork. It's not setting and throwing. And if you want an optimistic look, go back and watch like Josh Allen's rookie season, where he did some incredible things, but like his accuracy was all over the place. And that was a little bit of a concern coming out of Wyoming for Josh Allen. It can be dialed in for Caleb. And I also think it's just getting more comfortable. I think once we get to a point where Caleb's comfortable in that offense, he's got the skill set to do it.
Sure.
The question for me more is, like, will he ever be comfortable in that offense? And I'm not saying that just based off, week 1. It's going to take a while to learn Ben Johnson's freaking offense. It just is. And I think I saw somewhere like Caleb was asked to do a lot more week 1 than JJ McCarthy.
And the Manningcast, I think they talked about this, of like what it's like being a quarterback in Ben Johnson's scheme. Like, it is and again, to go from Eberflus, when it's like, hey, like, I'm watching tape by myself, or like not having to watch tape, to this.
Or based on the new reports, it's Caleb refused to watch film with those guys and told all those coaches to piss off. Whatever. I don't know where the truth is. It's probably somewhere in the middle. But when you look at the fourth quarter, the guy who showed up was JJ. Like, it was three bad quarters, and then all of a sudden this dude looks like unshakable. And to me, if I'm a Vikings fan, I'm feeling pretty optimistic because, dude, during that game, I have conversations in my head with myself.
Yeah,
we all do, right?
Yeah.
I was watching that game and I was thinking in my brain like a child. I was like, if I'm Kevin O'Connell right now, I go over to my sideline, I get the offense together, and I say, you know what, guys, we're not going to win this game. We know we're not going to win this game. What we need to do now is just put together a good drive. Just one good drive. Because we're not going to win. So let's just take the pressure of winning out of our heads and let's just go play. I was thinking, like, this game's over. Like, the Vikings aren't going to win. That's how fucking bad they looked on offense for 3 quarters. It's a lame conversation to have with myself and my brain, but I did. And then they pulled it out. Like, he throws a touchdown to Justin Jefferson. He throws a really nice pass to Aaron Jones, and then he rushes for one.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, the guy who was getting just roasted on social media, he's the Vikings savior.
Vikings calling Kirk Cousins. Carson Wentz is over KOC's shoulder. He's like, it's time.
But it's both defenses. That's the other thing that kind of got lost here. You got to feel pretty good about either defense moving forward as well.
Yeah.
I think Dennis Allen, kind of under the radar fit there for Chicago. Obviously, they couldn't get a stop when they needed to. And then I looked at so Caleb misses to DJ Moore. He has a guy open in the coming out of the flat, just sails that over the sideline. And then even the pass that got Chicago back in the game, that deep shot to Cole Kmet wasn't a good throw. Cole Kmet makes an insane juggling effort just to haul that in. So I think outside of like understanding the offense and getting settled there, it's like once that happens, I think those throws from Caleb get dialed in more. But they were so off target. They were so bad. You're like, what's happening to Caleb in front of our eyes?
Yeah. No rules. So real quick, because we were talking about that Tyler Dunn report because he like released like that 3-part article talking about Caleb Williams and last year and all the dysfunction and stuff.
If you read something like that, Tom, are you just laughing the whole time?
So I am, I mean, it's a dumpster fire, right? And again, the fact that they lost on Monday, but I also, again, when I went to Chicago during 30 and 30, the amount of people are like, I have seen like every single, sports team in this city win a championship except the Bears. And like, it's just this,
it's been so long.
Is it ever going to end? Is it literally just like a cursed franchise at this point? And to this point, no rules. I can't verify any legitimacy in terms about laughing at Drake May's footage. But what I do have is when I went to the combine, so this was the year that Caleb got drafted, everybody that I spoke to was like, oh, this has been a done deal. Do you remember for like a hot second, there was like, maybe they don't draft Caleb Williams, the Bears, like maybe they go somewhere else. Everything that I heard was that this had been done a long time ago, that Caleb was the guy and he's been talking to the Bears and there was going to be no doubt that he was going to be taken. So I have no doubt that the Bears were not looking at anybody else, because also when Caleb Williams was coming out, he was like supposed to be the next sure thing. So
he looks like
it's true, Ashley. That's true. But they won.
He looks like shitty Mahomes. If I could put it one way, watching him, I'm like, he looks like Mahomes but sucks.
And
that's as nice as I can say it. Yes.
Week 1. Again, we're just going to talk about the teams that we're concerned about going forward. But for the Bears, for them to have the game that they did, the hype that they had going into this game, and then by the end, they're getting, because even those last couple of plays were awful.
Yeah.
Like they were terrible. And it was smart for them to run out the kick for the Vikings, right? So that they can, they don't get the 2-minute warning. But even that, it's just like, man, you got to kick that thing as far as you can out of the end zone.
Like Cairo Santos doesn't have the leg to do it.
Does not.
That sucks.
So I think to get booed at the end of that game, I think it does not inspire any confidence with the Bears fandom. And on the other side of that, for the Vikings, even though JJ McCarthy looked like poo-poo for 3/4 of the game, it's like you said, there has to be at least a good amount of confidence that in your first NFL game, you are able to lead your team to come back and score 3 straight touchdowns, regardless of what his season's going to look like. That's a pretty good one for your first NFL win. So,
I think it's worse that the Bears had that lead early, that they played better for 2.5 quarters. So I think that makes the loss even tougher. Because you get a concern about your quarterback, not just like your normal, like, is this guy good or not? Or, is he the future? It's like, oh, he couldn't even hold on to the lead. You know what I mean? He couldn't even hold on to this dominant half of football we had going for us.
Yeah. So I will say, as a Packers fan watching that game, I was like,
I feel a lot better about JJ this week. We'll see. Let's give it a few weeks. It's always fun to kind of overreact on, week 1, because your sample size is so small. You can basically make any narrative you want this week. Oh, and have like some statistical evidence to back it up.
Yeah, exactly. It's 1 week of football. That's why it's like panic. There's like a handful of teams where I'm like, okay, I have a little bit more concern than the usual. Bronwyn, I think it's more just because they were up 15 points and were dominating in the run game. And also Zay Flowers was carving them up. So getting up 15 points in the fourth quarter, that's choking it away.
They did choke. You can say that. You can say they're still a good football team. The Ravens are still a very, very good football team.
Oh, yeah.
They 100% took a giant bite of shit and choked on it at the end of that game. It's as choky as a choke can be.
Easy. And you know what?
I love that. I love that you're trying to find a way to justify your way out of it. Okay. Because I'm trying to find a way to justify what happened to the Broncos offense and Bo Nix. Okay. Sure. I get it. I'm in that same headspace as you. And I'll show, like, there's so many freaking charts right now of Bo Nix having one of the worst quarterback performances from week 1. And I'm just pretending they don't exist. So I get it. But a choke's a choke, and that was definitely a choke.
But your defense at least like builds in a runway. 100% Izzy. It's more just, okay, which are the teams that week 2 is now important just to see if these teams are alive, right? Sure. Okay, can they be competitive? Can they look good? Because there's a couple of them where I'm looking and going, ooh, okay. Don't know about that team.
I'm right now, one team I am worried about is the Bears. I'm worried about the Bears. That's just fair to say.
Hold on, are we jumping into this real quick? Because before we do, I want to talk about 2 other things.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about the two other things.
Christian Watson. So the Packers extended Christian Watson yesterday to a 1-year, I think it was $0.25 million deal. I could not be happier about this. So Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs both are in their contract years this year. And both of them, you have some injury concerns. You want both of them on the field. Romeo Doubs is one of the most consistent receivers. You just have to worry about some concussions. That's why he wears the Guardian cap. And then you have Christian Watson, who when he's on the field is explosive, has a skill set that no other receiver on the team has, and statistically makes the offense better. So now he's still returning from a major injury. He should be back within a few weeks. The fact that now he can go out, worry about like staying on the field, playing ball, and then have that security next year. And the Packers don't have to make a kind of decision of, hey, he's back. Let's be optimistic for 3/4 of the season. And he did really well, but we are concerned about, injury woes. Now you kind of go, all right, we have a season and a half to evaluate before he could potentially get a larger contract. So him staying, under contract again for another year and it's $13 million. I'm very, very happy about this. It just is a smart deal. It's a low risk, low cost deal. And now it's another wide receiver you don't have to worry about for another year.
Yeah, it's a unique extension for him.
Yeah.
It's like a very nice like gesture of faith in him as a player for the Pack. Like, you don't see teams do this type of extension that often. So
Space, it's a great point. It's basically like a 5th-year extension. Yeah, I mean, and Christian Watson was supposed to be drafted in the first round. The Packers were trying to trade back up and get him, and they had to get him in the beginning of the second. Yeah. So this makes all the sense in the world, because let's just say worst case scenario, right? Christian Watson doesn't perform, whether it's because of health, whether it's because of play, what have you. Okay, it's a 1-year deal, and you make that decision, because Jayden Reed, like, his contract is coming up. Dontavian Wicks, these are all next year, so they're going to have to make some pretty large decisions on wide receivers. But it makes sense that, you know, you get this kind of deal done and you get another year to evaluate them.
Yeah, they're it's like hey, we need you to get healthy. We believe in you. We're going to reward you for what you've done as you get healthy. And assuming you can get healthy and stay healthy, after this, we will pay you again type. That's the kind of deal it is, right? Like, here's a good chunk of money. We will give you more. We just need to know you can, you know, your body can hold up.
Yeah, exactly. So it just makes a lot of sense logistically for the Packers and for Watson. So very happy about that.
It's nice. It's a very nice gesture.
It's nice. It's so nice.
All right. Here's a big thing we do need to talk about too, real quick.
49ers fans celebrating.
Oh, I mean,
Moody's not on your team anymore, 49ers fans. You did it.
You cut your kicker.
You did it. Let's go.
Brock Purdy's dealing with a couple injuries. George Kittle's going to be out for a while, but at least your kicker's gone, huh?
Well, Austin, those were on the same drive. Those, right? Like, those were pretty much back-to-back plays. So one of those would have made a difference, sure. But their offense was struggling, man. Yeah, besides that amazing Tesla catch, the fact that they held Montgomery and Gibbs to under 50 yards total, it's a lot. I'm not panicking about the Lions at all, because I still think within their division, you know, they're going to be fine. But, oh boy, here we go.
I hope the stadium looks like this, honestly. I'm cool with it. Broncos, we've been teased about a new stadium here in Denver for a while, Tom. And it's going to happen. The Denver Broncos are getting a new stadium. It'll be ready for the 2031 season, so a cool 6 years away. This is 6 years in the making. But
and the billionaires are paying for it.
Dude, like, Walmart is basically just nailing shot after shot for this organization.
We'll pay their employees, but we'll pay for the stadium. So
Walmart's the greatest company on earth, and I will hear nothing else. Okay?
Perna, this is a new super chat, by the way.
Oh, Big Smella? If you could call my friend what up, Big Smella? Falcons are going to be all right. I think Michael Penis Jr. is going to lead you guys to the promised land. Okay? Penix looked pretty good. Big Smella. Okay.
No, Silas was Big Smella.
I want to hit the details here for this stadium.
Please.
So Walmart bought a bunch of land in Denver. Burnham Yards. It's the old train station. I come from a long line of trainmen, Tom. My grandpa worked for the railroad. My dad worked for the railroad. They worked down there. So I know the area. It's run down now. They buy all this land. People were worried they're going to put the stadium on the outskirts of Denver. It's staying in Denver proper.
Yep.
That's the first big win. Second big win, it's going to be privately funded by Walmart. They're not going to use taxpayer money for the stadium, okay? So they're paying for the whole shebang. Okay. Now, some people are worried they're going to... I think the Bills and the Raiders did this thing, and where they sell... You have to buy your ticket rights. Your seat. You have to basically purchase seats in the stadium if you want season tickets, and it's a big chunk of money to purchase those tickets. I don't know if they're going to do that or not. Like, that's the last little caveat that people are kind of waiting for to get details about. So those are two big wins. Okay, they keep the stadium in Denver. They buy a whole area, and they're going to do, I think, like the thing where they try and develop the whole area, right? They're going to put a bunch of like restaurants. They're going to have all this stuff down there.
Sure.
I also hope there is a Walmart in the stadium. So for all of you fucks thinking, ha ha ha, you're going to have Walmart in this, I hope it's there. If I'm at a game and I need to go get some groceries before I head home, if I need to get some diapers for a baby, I'm glad Walmart's going to be there, okay?
Why would you need diapers for a baby, Brandon?
Well, just in case. We're not pregnant. I'll squash that rumor right now.
Okay, Dylan, let's just be honest. Did you see your defense look real good? I ain't putting the Broncos in the top 10 just yet, buddy. Going up against a quarterback in his first
NFL. Dylan, the real power rankings will be out later today. Here's where people are divided. It's gonna the stadium is gonna have a retractable roof. So, one, that means the Broncos, in theory, can host a Super Bowl. They can also have other events there in the winter. You can host a NCAA tournament. You can have like these other things that maybe you might want to do. And yeah, you got to make money on it. So I'm excited about it. I like the retractable roof. I know a lot of people don't, and I get it. People they like weather games, and you can leave the roof open. And I think Ryan Green made a good point. Let's say it's the playoffs. Let's say it's snowing a lot. If you're playing the Dolphins, you might just want to leave that fucking roof open anyway. Sure. Depends on who you're playing. And also, as I get older, sitting out in the cold for 3.5 hours does not sound fun to me anymore. Okay? I don't care. Call me a boomer. Play the fucking old I'm dying clip. Get off my lawn. I don't care. I want to be comfortable when I'm at a football game. I want to be comfortable, and I'm not going to be ashamed of it, Tom. I want temperature controlled.
All these people, NFC North,
degrees, no wind.
This is why, because there's going to be one team in the NFC North that plays outside, and that's the Green Bay mother-loving Packers. And that's why I at least have a good amount of respect for the AFC North teams. All right, because their stadiums. I know the Cleveland Browns are doing whatever the hell they're doing, but they play outside. Just saying, because it's only like a mile away from the.
You can leave the thing open if you want.
Right, the new one's like a mile away from the
other one.
Yeah.
It's right in the heart of the city.
Yeah, so
that whole area needs to be revamped anyway. So I think it'll be cool, and it's 6 years away. So we'll talk about it today. And we're going to get stadium renderings. Oh God, I can't wait for stadium renderings, Tom.
This is going to be like you get a little piece of information like 2 off seasons from now, and you're going to be like, look, it's the first artistic rendering.
Yeah. You know what the funniest part of the stadium news is I saw Adam, 5 points, guys. I saw Adam like post about it like a fucking reporter. It was like the Broncos, he had like the Broncos are going to build a new stadium, and he had like the information and details. I was like, that's like the most sane and level-headed tweet I've ever seen him do, and it's because he loves stadiums. He's made a living talking about stadiums. I was like, oh, Adam, look at you.
Yep.
No dick joke. No, my Giants are terrible. No jab at the Broncos. Just pure stadium news.
That's it. Yeah, 49ers are a team that I'm in the short term concerned about, because we'll see if their new kicker is better. Because they got Eddie Pinheiro, I think, right? That's who they signed.
Did they sign Pinheiro?
I think so, if I'm not mistaken. George Kittle's hurt. Brock Purdy's banged up, and I know that at least yesterday his status was a little up in the air. And so it's just the 49ers, if you are a fan, you're just like, oh, cool. It's last season all over again when the entire team was on IR. So we're not there yet, but it's not a great start for the 49ers season. At least they won, but yikes.
This the 49ers new kicker? Eddie Pinheiro, internet personality.
That's the one. That's exactly him. Your world within. Oh, he's a TEDx speaker.
Ooh.
It's a motivational brand.
It gets hardest right before the breakthrough.
I think they should tell that to Jake Moody. Just let him kick there. You're like, you know what? It's always darkest before the dawn.
Wake up and rebuild your life. Powerful running with Eddie Pinheiro.
They said that to Jake Moody after they cut him.
Yeah.
Change the way you see yourself. Kirk Cousins listened to that one. It's not over until I win. JJ McCarthy. Done.
Yeah, it's rough on the internet for a kicker.
Yeah.
Eddie Pinheiro. God damn it. Kicker. There it is.
It did.
There we go.
Daniel, I wouldn't be surprised he's out there by the end of the game this week. Jackson Dart. Yeah, I think I think it's going to be by the end of September. I think he's going to be out there. if Russell Wilson goes out and has a really bad game again, I could see him out there before. Because at that point, it's like, all right, what do we have? If we're going to lose anyway, why not? It's fair, Michigan. It's fair. It's fair. Drew Brees does wish.
Yeah, Brees.
I mean, listen, it's tough finding a kicker. Trust me. That's why we brought in McManus. Yeah. And thank God he's been good, because we were going through those woes. You know, we had Crosby, and then we were going with Anders Carlson, and even the 49ers signed Carlson last year trying to get something to going. So
they're asking when should the Giants go to
Jackson Dart?
Or Dart? Maybe when they can run the football. That would be my first guess.
That's fair.
Percentage of running back runs that gained 0 yards. The Giants had 40, almost half of your runs got nothing. Damn, that sucks.
Even Detroit being at 30% is crazy.
Yeah, dude, that's the most surprising thing about the Lions. Okay, here's something I'm worried about. The Lions offensive line. I'm a little worried about their line not being as dominant.
Frank Ragnow, they miss him.
Ragnow gone. Glasgow retired too, right?
They miss him. I feel like the Lions, I'm not as panicky. You know, like obviously Sunday was not a great performance for them, but I don't know. I still think that they're going to be like, they're one. I'm like, all right, I'm willing to wait and see, because it might be just the Packers have a good defense this year. Like that might be the reason. So we'll see how they are running the football against other teams. I told you too, they were doing a ton in the short game. The amount of screens that they were throwing and short yardage situations.
Graham Glasgow's still playing. So, is he still playing?
Glasgow? Yeah, I think he moved over, right? Didn't he take Ragnow's spot?
Yeah, he did. He went back to center. I thought he retired too. Glasgow, Ragnow. I'm mashing them. They're the same guy in my brain right now.
Now. Yeah, we saw the Tank Bigsby. I saw that the chat told me on, I think that was Monday, right? That happened. I think the Jaguars believe in ETN, who showed up week 1. And thank God he did, because they have needed him to ball out and kind of go back to his explosive ways. So, yeah, they're rocking with ETN. And he can get himself a nice contract extension, too. He has a good year.
Yeah, the Eagles are crazy, man. Imagine you have Saquon Barkley, and you're just like, we got to get better depth behind this guy.
Yep. Listen, I've been even higher on the Chargers in previous years, and it's always come back to bite me. Yeah. But if their defense can look like it did on Friday, and Herbert can play the way that he did, and if Hampton develops, it could be fun. I mean, dude, Quentin Johnston, when he catches the ball, holy crap, man, that speed, turning that on. And he had a good year last season. So never know. Never know.
Yeah. All right. So Lions O-line, I am worried about that.
Sure. You said you were worried about the Bears.
I'm high on the Chargers as well. Sure. Joe Alt played amazing going over to left tackle.
Yeah. I have a lot of optimism, JJ. Tomorrow will be a tough game, though.
I think I want to see the Chargers run the ball better this week. What about the Chiefs? You got any concern for the Kansas City Chiefs, Tom?
So Xavier Worthy seemed to avoid like significant injury, right? But last thing I saw is that they're still determining how long he's going to be out.
Yeah.
So
Travis Kelce, you're going to hit him when he comes back in anyway.
He's going to hit him in the other shoulder. I feel like for the offense, and I mentioned this yesterday in Power Rankings, I'm going to be less concerned about the Chiefs if they can run the ball. Because I think going against that Chargers defense, that was going to be a tough assignment regardless. But if they can establish the run with Pacheco, then it's like, okay, maybe they could have a little bit of backup. But I'm concerned about their wide receiver depth for the next 6 weeks. 5 weeks, I should say. Yeah.
My concern is they'll never establish the run. That's not the offense Andy Reid wants. I don't think that's offense Mahomes wants.
How about that, Samuel?
They had 10 combined carries to Pacheco and Kareem Hunt. Like, they should do that, and I totally agree. I hope they don't, because I think it would help. I hope they never fucking establish the run.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's an interesting conundrum to have. Like,
yeah,
you will always want Mahomes like with the ball in his hand, but maybe you got to adjust there. Who knows?
Yeah.
They play the Eagles this week, so I think I think both the Eagles and Chiefs underperformed week 1. Sure. The Eagles got the win, but I didn't feel great about either team.
I was really impressed by Hurts, but Yeah.
One team's going to get, whoever wins this game, they're going to get overhyped a lot the following week. And the other, if the Chiefs start 0-2,
I wouldn't be surprised if they do, though. I mean, they have to play the Ravens and the Lions in this stretch as well. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised they start 0-2. It's just can they win like 2 or 3 games before Rashee Rice comes back? Jacob, I understand that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the Panthers too. Yep.
So look at that. Liam Cohen and Pete Carroll, only new head coaches to get a win week 1. And I love that they are on complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yes.
Pete Carroll, so much NFL experience. That's what the Raiders needed. It wasn't a perfect win, but the Raiders, they fought hard. They stayed in that game, a close game. They get the win. You're like, okay, this is kind of what we need. This is going to be our season. Liam Cohen. Nobody knows. Nobody knew if he was going to be the right guy as a head coach. Kind of later round of the hiring. Everybody knows he's a good offensive play caller, and that doesn't mean you're going to be a great head coach. I think Dolphins fans are wondering that shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
But like, look, Vrabel doesn't get a win with the Patriots. That kind of stings. Ben Johnson doesn't get a win. Aaron Glenn doesn't get a win. And Aaron Glenn is the most I ain't fucking around of the head coaches.
You fumble that ball, you're getting cut.
Dude, man.
Not benched, cut.
Xavier Gibson gone to New York.
Tonight, Ryan.
Fumbled late in that game. And Aaron Glenn's just like, not on my watch. That is like, I knew Aaron Glenn does this weird thing, and I think Vrabel kind of has this too, where they're hard asses, but they're also players, coaches in a weird way.
See, Terry.
But
should be a great game.
I like it for the Jets. Kellen Moore, that doesn't surprise me. Schottenheimer doesn't surprise me. But I just thought it was interesting that, they were tracking this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Aaron Glenn, I think Garrett Wilson, if he fumbles, you trade him to the Packers immediately. Personally.
Yeah.
I think that's what you do. Right?
Yeah. Who else over there? Quincy Williams, if he catches, if he somehow gets the ball on defense and then fumbles, fire him too.
Exactly.
Or Quincy or Quinnen? Which one?
Williams.
Are they both still Jets?
Bless you. Thank you. All right. Can we talk about the teams that we're concerned about?
Yeah.
All right. So you said the Bears you were concerned about.
Look at this.
That's tough, buddy.
Yeah.
It's true, Daniel. It's true. If there's a team that it's true. There's really only one team that I'm panicking about, and it's the Miami Dolphins. Like, if panic is a very strong word for after week 1, right? Overreactions abound. There is one team, and it's the Miami Dolphins. Because, Mike, when you have your coach come out and say, well, it can't get any worse, I feel like that's just not something you put out there. Because
no, I think you 100% do. Because if it does get worse, it is great for us. Also, the bar's been lowered. It's as low as it can go.
When you're saying that after week 1, it's tough. They're also the team, I think, that needs to perform in terms of expectations, right? Because let's take the Panthers, for example. There's some Panthers fans who are like, oh no, is Bryce Young not the guy? What have you? That would be a concern. But you need to figure that question out, right? You didn't give Bryce Young a huge contract. You're still trying to build a team around him. And if he's not the guy, you're probably going to go and draft another quarterback. You have a whole season to figure that out. You already paid Tua, right?
Yeah.
That roster is not getting any younger. You already extended McDaniel. And so now it's, oh boy, did we just throw a whole bunch of money into this? We made that big time trade for Tyreek Hill a few years ago. And if things are still bad, that's McDaniel has to be the coach on the hottest seat right now. I think that he's potential for, if things go really bad, then he's fired mid-season. But I mean, you could be looking at a new GM, which I don't think the Dolphins fans would mind at all. You could be looking at a new head coach. And if you might be looking at a new quarterback if Tua doesn't work out. So I feel like just for the expectations for the Dolphins, it's like, oh man, if things go poorly, they're going to go real poorly.
Yeah, I'm going to give Miami another week here, but it does not look good.
Yeah. Hey, Mac
and it looks like you're like with Tyreek Hill, he's going to get the chances of him getting traded seem high.
They're bad.
He's got to go off, and he's got to be the reason they win a couple games, I think, for them to keep him. And like he's got a bunch of new domestic violence accusations against him.
I saw that this morning,
which is good because the Chiefs the Chiefs are like, yeah, we'll look right past those. We'll overlook those again.
We'll trade for him tomorrow.
We drafted him with these same kind of accusations. Well, I mean, he pled guilty to them when we drafted him, so these are just accusations. He is 100% a Chief.
Patriots, by the way, what am I thinking about them? I'm not concerned about them either. The protection you want to be a lot better than what it was. First half, I was like, okay about the Patriots, but them I'm willing to give like a month.
Yeah. Here's a team I'm concerned about. The Giants.
Sure.
Now, not in I think they'll be better when they bring Jackson Dart in. What I'm worried about right now is the situation Jackson Dart is going into. I've given Dable credit. But when we see Daniel Jones go out and play well for Shane Steichen, and we see that Daniel Jones, the third lowest pressure Jones has ever faced in his life.
Yeah. So
he got better protection, and he was a better quarterback. I'm worried about the Giants being able to protect Jackson Dart. I showed you that
one was rough.
That run stuff percent, that 47% of their runs got no gain. I think everybody on earth is ready to watch Jackson Dart play quarterback for the Giants. But I want to make sure the situation for him is going to be okay once he gets in there. So I want to see the Giants, show improvement in the run game. It's hard to gauge their offensive line and pass protection with Russell Wilson. It really is. That's not me being a Russ hater, but Russ makes offensive lines look worse as pass protectors. So I just want the Giants with Russ to look decent this week, so we can feel good about once they throw Jackson Dart in there. And I think by comparison, Daniel Jones has shown like, okay, maybe there's a lot more we should be concerned about with the Giants.
Are the Broncos beating the Colts on Sunday, Perna?
Dude, it's going to be a fun game. It's a reality check for both teams.
Sure.
Like Daniel Jones, third lowest pressure rate.
Makes sense.
You're not getting that this weekend, Dan Jones. The Broncos pass rush is legit.
They don't get you.
And it comes from everywhere. We'll see what Daniel Jones does there. Oh, there it is. Permanent seat license. Thank you.
There you go. That's for you, Perna, getting that fitty.
Nugget. I couldn't think of that name earlier.
Oh, so that's what they used to build Bank of America without taxpayer money? I see. God. Wow. So then the billionaires are double dipping then, right? Because then they're using that and they're using taxpayer money for other stadiums. Oh, that's
not my billionaires, Tom.
You're like,
not
we're
my
just
billionaires.
A little bit.
And there hasn't been any news on whether or not they're gonna do this. So
we didn't come together. I want me some glory hole. That has been on my mind since all spring. I want me some glory hole. And that goes both ways. Goes them and me.
It's a great clip. It's a great clip. I'm going live with Rio tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's should be 1:15 p.m. Eastern. Looking forward to it. It'll be fun. Yeah, Commander's creator. So, because we got that. So, Giants, I agree with you.
Are you guys co-streaming the game?
No. I'm just going on his show beforehand.
I was gonna say, how dare you cheat on me?
No, never, buddy. Never.
How dare you cheat on me?
Hey, let's go, Todd. Let's go. So, Dolphins, some concern. Giants, especially the O-line, some concern.
Yeah.
Is there another team that you said Bears?
Yeah, Bears. While I think about it, I wanted to play that
had to turn
lesser game on Monday night, Carolina.
Can you guys hear that?
The one thing to me that had to turn this game is, man, we can't have turnovers. We can't do it. We have to be a more disciplined team, right? There were some penalties that happened in that game that was true discipline issues. And again, that's something that will be addressed, because you will not be on the field with this team if you're going to cause us to lose games. You're going to cause issues like that. So we will get that addressed. The one thing to me that
I mean, again, right? So what it was like, is this sustainable?
Yeah.
Because you can't cut everybody. But I mean, damn, man. I do think Aaron Glenn can be a really good football coach. I'm excited to see him develop.
I'm a lot higher on him already.
Yeah.
Who's Trevor Long? Who the fuck is Trevor Long?
Not panicking about Bo. Yeah, I mean, again, Titans.
That guy's the Temu version of me.
We'll see. We'll see.
Dare you?
We'll see.
Oh, dare you?
Wait. Are you nervous? Like, are you having any? Again, just week 1. Are you having any major concerns about your offense? Like, if Bo goes out and doesn't look great this week.
Yeah, man, I am concerned about. I mean, I'm not overly concerned. I'm giving everybody time, okay?
Yeah, Parsons mode.
But like, all right, man. I think like the thought is Bo knows the offense now, right? So in theory, they should have had more success out there week 1. They didn't really figure out how, I think, to run the football until the second half. So let's see if they can do that early in this game.
Sure.
But every GD chart I see, Tom, with Bo Nix and all the other quarterbacks, like, look at, adjusted quarterback efficiency. Jordan Love's up there. Dak Prescott, we all said he played a pretty good game, even though the Cowboys lost. CeeDee Lamb dropped a lot of opportunities there. Justin Herbert, Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields. He had a higher EPA than Bo Nix down here next to Russell Wilson, Tom. That scares me. That triggers me. That gives me PTSD of Russell Wilson. And Russ was actually ahead of him. Right below Bo Nix, you got Bryce Young. And then you can't see it because of the super chat, but Tua Tagovailoa all the way over here in terms of efficiency. Now, that's just one chart. That's one chart. Okay, fine. I knew he looked bad. I tried to say it wasn't as bad as it looked. Oh, Sean Payton's play calling, average. Oh, we gave Bo Nix a grade of an F. There are other charts out there. His passing chart is getting ripped to shreds because all of his passes were these short little screen passes and all this other shit that didn't work, except his one beautiful touchdown pass to Cortland Sutton. So, yeah, there's some concern there. And what really makes me nervous, Tom, is I think the Colts have a pretty good defense right now. And I think they have a better defense than the Titans. So I think the challenge this week is going to be even tougher.
It'll be interesting. I'm curious to see what the Colts defense looks like this week. Yeah.
I mean, they eviscerated the Dolphins. I thought the Colts defense was decent last year. I think it's coaching, right? They bring in Lou Anarumo, right?
It was the Bengals DC, yeah?
Yeah, I always butcher his I always confuse the vowels where they should go. But Lou from Cincy, week 1, that looks like a nice ad for the Colts. Like the Bengals released him and the Colts
well, there was folks who were saying it's not on the DC, like it's on the personnel that you have. And so
But to be fair, this might be a situation that works out for both because the Bengals defense kept him in that game. So, hey, sometimes that happens.
Neo, yeah, I mean, I feel like this pops up, for 49ers has been popping up, but I mean, this popped up for the Packers. This popped up for, I think it was the Ravens, right? They recently got rid of their conditioning staff. Yeah, it's at some point.
I'm worried about the Panthers too, Tom.
Your Sharks.
Worried about the Panthers.
You're worried about Bryce Young, right?
Yeah.
Like Bryce Young is who you're worried about in that situation of like, okay, this would really suck after all the praise that he got to end the season. He winds up not progressing.
Yeah. I think oh, there it is. Now, see, I don't know if this is true or not.
Blizzard, it's a good question. I don't know if Parsons is going to get a heavier workload. He was saying that he was advocating for less of a snap count. So you might see him a little bit more. I think he was like 46% of defensive plays. So it was a little less than half. So maybe he goes around half, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers use him in a similar way and then allow him to have like 10 days to really learn the playbook and also get back, into better shape. Yeah. But he moves the needle, man, causing sacks, interceptions, and allowing other guys to get after the quarterback.
So here's the thing I saw, on the internets for Bryce. He had the second most drops in the league week 1. The interception went off the hands of a player.
Yeah.
And then I saw another thing there too. It was like 150 yards worth of dropped catches today for Bryce Young. So it's not even so much like my concern with the Panthers is just their offense as a whole too. And it's hard, like week 1, there's so much football happening and like you don't get to necessarily see these things because you're watching Red Zone or like you're streaming a game, but like that's a lot of drops. Maybe there's a case for a bounce back from the Panthers, but maybe that's just a bigger sign of issues, on the offense there. I'm trying to think. Was there any other major concerns I had?
Because like the Saints look better than what I think a lot of people, including myself, anticipated. The Bears, I'm willing to give it a little bit more time because it's a brand new scheme, brand new a lot, but there are concerns.
Steelers defense, a little concern there.
Which one?
Steelers defense. They gave up a lot of yards and a lot of points to the Jets and Justin Fields. So I'll calibrate correctly for them after next week there.
I could see a little optimism about the Bengals. I want to see what the O-line looks like. That O-line, can you imagine Joe Burrow behind a great offensive line? Oh, man. I wonder if he dreams about that at night.
He does.
That's what you would like. Because I think the O-line is going to be more important than the defense overall because if he has better protection, they could put up 40 points. It's just, they know how to win with a bad defense anyway.
Yeah, he was the only quarterback week 1 to get a win without having a pass go for more than 15 yards. For Joe Burrow, that's an insane stat.
Yeah, the Dolphins, man, I think they're starting to get a lot more. I mean, especially from their own I mean, Greer, they're kind of done with. It's tough, man. It's a tough situation.
Yeah, and it's the Niners injuries, 100% concerning.
Yeah, Mason's good. Oh, Robert, super concerned for my Texans. The O-line did not look great. So I can understand those concerns, right? And you need CJ to kind of take a step. I also think you get Mixon back. That's definitely going to help as long as he comes back healthy. But yeah, you could have all the wide receiver depth in the world, but if you don't have time to throw the football, it's kind of a problem.
Yeah,
the good thing is you're in a division where it'll be competitive. You should be near the top as a front runner.
What's the update on Derek Stingley's injury?
I didn't see. It's true, Fat Man. I can. It might. Yeah. Again, Kyle, I'm not ready to look at the flowers for Bryce just yet. But if we're talking about this mid-October of he hasn't gotten better, then then it's a problem. Then we're at that point. What you saw on Sunday doesn't give you a ton of optimism, but I'm not ready to slam the door just yet. Not just. So, like,
if Bryce Young and Caleb Williams both look bad all year long, then they should do a flip flop.
That's what I said. I said that. I was like, you might as well just switch. The trade didn't work out. Just trade again. Have a nice day.
Flip them. Let's see what happens.
That's it. I would assume offense, JJ.
My, how the turns have tabled, Tom.
We were playing 5D chess. We actually wanted 70 points scored on us.
That's right, because we were about to flip the switch. Well, as a dimmer, we slowly turned up the lights. What do we got for this Packers Commanders game coming up tomorrow?
It should be a really fun game. I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah, Robert, it makes sense. Tunsil, regardless of what you thought, he was a good blocker. Like he was a good left tackle. Kenyon Green didn't do diddly squat, but That's tough to replace.
Yeah, getting rid of a tackle like that's like trading a Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys are they bringing in Jadeveon Clowney? Is that what I saw?
Yeah, the Cowboys are doing that.
Yeah, okay, Jer. Oh, Under Jones, Jadeveon Clowney was a number 1 overall pick. Micah Parsons went 12th. We upgraded our edge position. That's a number 1 pick I got for nothing.
Can he stop the run? We'll see.
I got Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah, we got to wait for the
one play
Lions.
in college, built the whole career on it. I'm Jerry. Anyway,
Beautiful.
Sorry.
You sound also like the from Borderlands. Catch a ride. I know you don't understand that reference, but
no, yeah, I know the game.
You wait. Hey, first and second one are great. Yeah, I'm super excited for tomorrow because you have another playoff contending team that's coming in here. Jayden Daniles, of course, really good, both getting some really decisive week 1 victories. I think the quality of the opponent was a little bit different. But I'm curious to see, Micah Parsons and his workload and how much he is going to be a factor here. If that defense can be that good once again, and if they can stop the run from the Commanders. And we'll also see what that secondary looks like. But I'm feeling pretty good about this game from the Packers' perspective. I think it'll be more competitive than the Lions game, and that wasn't even shade. I do think it'll be a little bit closer, but I do think the Packers can get the W. It's true, Kyle.
Yeah, this is. I think I'm going to like the default. I'm just picking Green Bay because they're at home at this point because
12 wins for Ravens.
I liked what I saw from both teams this weekend. Both fan bases are optimistic, which is fun because one of your hopes is going to be ripped right out of your chest on Thursday night.
I'm just going to say, Brandon, if the Packers beat the Lions and then 4 days later beat the team that beat the Lions in the postseason,
yeah,
the air
the
is
only
going
way
to
this would be better for you guys is if you were playing the Eagles week 3.
Yeah,
and then you vanquish them,
Western,
and then also followed that up with the Chiefs. But I'm going with the Packers at home. I think the Commanders defense, despite being old as balls, played pretty well.
How much is that bad Giants and how much is that good Commanders? We're going to see, right? Because I think these are 2 good football teams, and we should see a good game tomorrow.
Yeah, and if Washington runs the ball better than the Lions, and they should, that'll be a testament to Bill Krosky, Merritt,
Wild Bill. If the Packers are able to hold that team to less than 75 yards rushing, then it's like,
sky high on your run defense. Do that. And Jayden's he's a tougher QB to defend than Jared Goff because of, his play extension ability, his ability to run. So it's just a really nice Thursday game to have right now because both teams look good. I'm gonna give Von Miller 1 sack in this game. He only had 1 pressure in his debut with the Commanders, but I think he played 28 snaps. I'm gonna give Von Miller 1 sack, Tom. Okay, but I think the Packers win as well.
Yeah. Leif, that makes sense. I'm not surprised that the JSN's workload is not better. I mean, it's not lessened because you got rid of DK Metcalf and signing Cooper Kupp, who didn't look great last season. Like, I didn't think that was going to make a huge difference.
Guess what else is going to happen? Debo Samuel's going to score another touchdown.
Yeah, he usually does it against the Packers.
Yeah. Tom talks shit about him all offseason, and Debo's here to get you. Debo.
Fumbles.
Oh, wait. Okay. So 1 sack for Von Miller. I got a Debo Samuel touchdown again and a Zach Ertz touchdown. I think 1 Zach Ertz touchdown almost every week is a safe bet. Like, Jayden just knows to look for him in the red zone. So I'm excited for this.
It's a low-cost contract, man, for a year. Yeah. I mean, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But then right? I think this puts the Packers in a position where they don't have to make a decision on a long-term contract after half a season, 3/4 of a season. They can go, okay, we have a season and a half now to evaluate him. And if he gets hurt again, guess what? He's not going to get a big time contract. But if he's able to stay on the field for a season and a half, we're having a different conversation.
Yeah, with the Seahawks, I am worried about Seahawks. Worried about Sam Darnold. Not a great week 1. Tough game, tough matchup, but like, yeah, they definitely could have used DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, he had 4 touchdowns. He had DK. And DK out. Did DK even score? I don't think DK scored. Anyway.
DK scored, right?
Did he score a touchdown?
Oh, he did.
I can't remember. Dude, I was thinking about something this morning. Oh, it was people were bitching that I didn't give Caleb Williams the hospital ball award in winners and losers.
He didn't. I'm so sorry. He just had that big catch was what it was.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I don't even remember who I gave hospital ball to. So,
I
can't even remember the award I delivered in my video from yesterday. Like forgetting whether or not DK Metcalf scored or not. I can't keep track.
I hear that big highlight because it was, I think it was like his first one or something that they were highlighting that. I forgot which one it was. But yeah, no, it should be a really good game tomorrow night. I'm super excited. And if the Packers able to come away with a win and then they get a little bit of a break, because I mean, I hate the fact that they have a week 5 bye just because the seasons is so long. But if they're 2-0
out of this, break like you want the Thursday game later in the season if you're getting the bye now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're playing on Thanksgiving too against the Lions, so they'll get it again in November. But
2 Thursday games, that sucks.
Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, JJ McCarthy.
Boom.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. Perna, what do you got coming out today, buddy?
Power rankings.
There you go.
Power rankings. And let me tell you guys, power rankings today, pretty good. Pretty good.
Say not today. Not today. I got predictions coming out. So that will be out later tonight. I got to record it right after GPS. So that will be done. And I might try to get a skit done as well. It'd be about the Bears. So just give me a little time. We'll see what happens. But folks, we'll be back on a Friday for GPS. I'll be streaming the game tomorrow, of course. And I'll see you later with good old predictions. Ooh, hold on a second. Traded Hopkins for Mims. Hopkins had that really nice catch. I just don't know how much they're going to use him. How much is Mims? Well, listen, if Bo Nix can't get him the ball, then we got big problems. But
dude, being receiver number 3 in the Ravens offense, that's kind of being receiver number 2 in the Ravens offense, let's be honest, kind of no man's land.
Yeah.
I'm high on Mims, but I think Troy Franklin kind of emerged as the Broncos' number 2 receiver overall. So I think Mims is going to have a few big games, but week to week, he could go from having like 2 targets to 9 targets to 0 targets to 5 targets to 0 targets to 0 targets with a couple runs. Like, I don't know how they're going to fucking use him. I don't even know if my quarterback's good right now. Okay. We're getting there. Believe.
Week 2 picks are coming out today. They always come out on Wednesday. They'll be Wednesday night. It'll be a little bit later because these videos take forever to do. Shout out Johnny Barks for editing this one. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is GPS. And you have been
novel-guided?
Yeah, Michael, you have a shot. If Hopkins goes off, I'm sorry.